The 2025 Formula One season has been a showcase of Max Verstappen's insane driving ability and also championship mentality, with him getting pole positions and wins against two very fast McLarens, which are arguably way better than the Red Bull. Along with that, he's been one of the most consistent point scorers and rivals of the McLarens. I feel like we could be witnessing one of Verstappen's best seasons in terms of his insane driving ability. So, in this video, I want to talk about Verstappen's season and how it could be one of the greatest from him in a long time. So, let's get into it. Before I really get deep into the topic, I want to address the elephant in the room, which is the car. In Formula One, many championships are won just because of the car, so it plays a huge factor in winning championships and winning races. And I think we can all agree that Verstappen hasn't had the fastest and most dominant car. He's not really had a car to be able to compete with the McLarens, and also he's also not had a much dominant car compared to 2022 or 2023, which maybe some could say is because of Adrian Newey's leaving. But aside from that, Verstappen going to 2025 season didn't have the best of cars, and it wasn't as dominant and fast and quick as the McLarens. So I think it was understandable how he could be only falling behind the McLarens. But what puts it really different is another reason. It's because of the drivability of the Red Bull, which is, I think we can all see from Liam Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda that it is not really being a really drivable car. They have really struggled in that car, and especially with Liam Lawson, who for the first 2 or 3 races was like finishing qualifying last. Like, he could not even do like a good thing out of that car. It was just so bad, and the drivability was just that poor that only people like Max Verstappen, who have that unique driving ability, are able to drive that Red Bull. And Yuki Tsunoda, even though he's done much better than Liam Lawson, he's still not being able to really come up to Verstappen's level, and he's not really even gone that close to Max Verstappen. So in terms of those, Verstappen, I think we can all agree, he's like the one-man leader of the Red Bull at the moment. Like, no matter who his teammate is, he's always leading that team, and he's just being an absolute force of nature. And when he gets a car that he needs and wants to his specific styles, he's just an absolute beast in that Red Bull. Now, I think going into the 2025 season, his driving abilities and championships, he's now like a 4-time champion now. So this is just really all proved that he's had a great couple of years. So his driving ability and everything's just changed. His mentality has changed. And this season has been a more proof of that. He's had a really consistent season. And I think we can all agree one of the highlights of the season was Japan. This weekend in Japan, it was just insane. The Japanese Grand Prix weekend proved Verstappen's insane driving ability, insane championship mentality, and that he still has it no matter what car he is in. Well, as long as it's kind of competitive, but that Red Bull was not the fastest that weekend. The McLarens were arguably the way better car, but Max Verstappen managed to drag out what was probably one of the best laps of the season and managed to clinch pole position by very fine margins, which was miraculous and just insane from him and what he could be able to drag out of that car. And even Fernando Alonso had something to say about it. He said how insane it was for Verstappen, only he can do it, and how he was only able to do it and to drag that Red Bull up into pole position. It was an incredible feat and an astonishing moment. And what's even more astonishing is the next day he managed to win the race with 2 faster McLarens right behind him. He was able to keep them behind the whole weekend, and it just proved off. It really did. He showed that insane driving. He's still fast, and Verstappen, even though he doesn't have the fastest car, he still is someone, a force to be reckoned with, because he was able to win the Japanese Grand Prix, and it was just an incredible weekend from him and a showcase of amazing driving skills from him and, from all of his championships, to show he is just an amazing driver and with pure skill and talent. Another weekend I want to talk about is the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Now, the Saudi Arabian GP, even though he didn't win it, I think it was another great weekend from him. He had insane qualifying where once again, just like in Japan, he managed to get pole position, which was just really good to see and fascinating to see because he was able to get the pole position, beat Oscar Piastri once again in the McLaren, and in the race he didn't win, and he kind of lost out just because of turn one, which is where he went off, and it led to a whole controversy that, well, should be explained in another video. But until then, I think the point is Verstappen has had an insane season, and whether or not this could be another championship winning season, we'll have to see. But it's another great season. He's had consistency, and even though maybe the Bahrain Grand Prix was a little bit of an off weekend for him and Red Bull, he has had a fantastic, consistent season. Even though he's not had the fastest car, despite that, he's had really good season. And he's only had one win in Japan, but he is currently right behind the two McLarens, so he's not too far. And if the two McLarens slip up and fall off, he could be the one to pick up the pieces, so we'll have to see. But until then, I think we can all agree that Max Verstappen has had an incredible season because of his incredible driving ability and insane championship mentality. If you stayed and watched this whole video, thanks so much. Please like and subscribe, it would help me out a lot. And until then, next time, goodbye.